Let's kick this game up a notch by adding a road and some trucks to challenge the frog. I'll make a new agent for the road, starting with the default inflatable icon. I'll name it Road, and I'll click Save. To make this agent look like a road, I'll double-click it to open it in the inflatable icon editor, and I'll click the Clear button. I'll select this tool, the Mirror Horizontally and Vertically tool. To color the road gray, I'll choose a gray crayon from the color well, and then I'll get the paint bucket, and I'll click in any of the quadrants to fill all 4 of them with gray. To make some yellow lines in the road, I'll select the pencil tool, I'll click in the color well, and I'll select a yellow crayon and click OK. And then I'll start in the center and drag out and draw a line out toward the left edge. And that line is mirrored in all 4 quadrants. To add some dashed lines, I'll select a light gray crayon from the color well and click OK. And then starting in the center, I'll draw a couple of dashed lines. And I'll save my hand-drawn road agent. To add a 3-lane superhighway to the world, with the road agent selected in the agents list, I'll select the Multi-Agent Insert tool. I'll click here in the world. I'll drag down 3 rows and across, and multiple instances of the road agent create this road. Now I'll make another new agent, a truck agent. I'll use an inflatable icon from the Vehicles category. There are a couple of trucks to choose from here. I'll go with this one. I'll name it Truck, and I'll click Save. I'll use my truck agent and the pencil tool to add multiple trucks on the highway in a random pattern. I'll click the Save button to save the world with the highway and the trucks that I added. Now I'll program the trucks to move down the highway. With the arrow tool, I'll select one of the trucks in the world. I'll go to the single empty rule in the behavior editor, and I'll add some conditions so that if the truck sees to its right road, and it sees that only once every 0.5 seconds, then the truck will move to the right. I'll test this rule by clicking the green Run button. All the trucks share this behavior, and they move down the highway to the right. I'll let them run until they all pile up on the right. Each truck stops when it no longer sees road to its right. Now let's test what will happen if the frog collides with a truck on the road. To put the trucks back where they started and have them move down the road from there, I'll reload the world. Soon after clicking the Reload button, I'll use the up arrow key on my keyboard to move the frog up into the path of one of the trucks on the road. This truck stopped moving just to the left of the frog. To see why, I'll select the truck with the arrow tool, and I'll take a look at this rule which guides the behavior of the truck. This condition for this rule, seeing road to the right, is no longer true. So both the see condition and the rule have turned red, the rule isn't firing, and so the trucks no longer move. Now I'm done testing, so I'll click Stop. Now, what should happen when the truck collides with the frog? Unfortunately, the truck will kill the frog and the game will be over. I'm going to make a new rule for the frog for that behavior. I'll select the frog in the agents list with the arrow tool, and I'll go to the behavior editor. The rule I'm about to make is another important rule that needs to come before the arrow keys that move the frog. So I'll select the topmost rule, and I'll click Plus Rule. From the frog's point of view, this rule will be, if I see to my left a truck, then I'll play a sound, clink, and stop the simulation, and show a message. Oh no! Game over. To test this collision rule, I'll reload the world. To start the game from the beginning, I'll click the green Run button, and I'll use the up arrow key on my keyboard to move the frog up into the path of a truck. There's a collision and the game is over.